Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel! And we're playing more triangle strategy. So we just unlocked a whole bunch of these side stories. So that's what we're going to be doing first. Because I'm really interested to see what happens. If you don't remember last episode,
whatever is House
the
Telior to
kingdom
do
has fallen.
with
And the king has
Regna
been
gone,
slayed.
we must find a way to preserve ourselves. Landroy, that proud fool, will no doubt fight to the bitter end. But House Fawkes alone is no match for the Grand Duchy. Yet if House Wolford were to fight at their side... They say Prince Roland is in Wolford's charge. If this is true, there's a good chance they will join the fray. Or will they? The Wolfords may choose to ransom the prince to Esfrost in return for amnesty for their own domain. If it comes to that, Esfrost will either kill the prince and princess, or use them as their pawns, and Glenbrook will fall. Bending the knee to Esfrost may be our only hope if we are to live to see tomorrow.
Okay. So we get lots of little story perspectives, because there's like 4 more, or not 3 more, I mean. Okay, let's go to the Crown City and see what they're saying. I'm curious about that, because I got to see the beheading of King Regna. Oh, it's the bitch.
It would seem things have calmed outside the castle walls.
What is to become of us now? Word has it the Kingsguard's been slaughtered to the last man. We must flee while we have our lives.
If they meant to kill ordinary folk like us, wouldn't they have done so already? Even as frosty dogs have some honor then. Who'd have thought? Anyway, there's no point fighting. What'll be, will be.
Our people seem less resentful of Esfrost than I would have expected. No doubt due to the Archduke's decision to focus their attack on the castle and leave the town itself unscathed. So, the common folk won't be a problem. That just leaves the matter of the royal family. His Grace and the Crown Prince have been dealt with, and Princess Cordelia has been brought to heel. Prince Roland is the only one unaccounted for, but the men I arranged for hunt him down as we speak. Word has it there's also a sizable bounty on his head. No, he'll not last long. I knew Gustadolf to be a shrewd man, but his attention to detail is nothing short of astonishing. I have seen all I would. Let us return.
Okay, so Patriarch, the Rat, and what is this village? I didn't even look at the title. Okay. Oh, it's the Fox domain.
Your Majesty, House Fawkes has failed you. I have failed you. High House, damn it all! When you needed us most, we were not there to answer the call. How did we not see what they were plotting? How did we not know to go to your aid? But no, cursing our fate will not bring you back to us. We must focus our efforts on the one who might yet save Glenbrook from downfall. We must protect Prince Roland with our lives.
Okay. So now there's just one left, right? Let me zoom out. The Citadel of the Sands. Let's see what the hesitant people have to say.
Minister Sorsley. What is it this time, Booker? We've just received word that S. Frost has launched a surprise invasion of Glenbrook. Whiteholm burns as we speak. What's this? The Crown City has fallen. King Regna was beheaded, and it is said Crown Prince Franny also perished in the fray. Prince Roland has fled to the domain of House Wolfort, with the Grand Duchy's army in close pursuit.
Goddess forbid.
Uh-oh.
What could the Archduke be plotting? And what did the others think of the matter?
At any rate, I must speak with the Hierophant at once.
Minister, if I may assuage you, I propose that perhaps this situation may yet play to House N's benefit.
Our benefit, you say?
See,
Indeed.
these bitches are corrupt.
Indeed.
They're talking
You may have the
about
right of it.
everything being equal.
My dear Booker, whatever would
They're
House N
corrupt.
do without you?
Send a bird to the palace. Tell them that the Holy One's faithful servant Sorsley would humbly beg an audience.
At once, Master.
So Asfrost is in its is in their colonization mood. So they're gonna be colonizing everywhere else. And then here we go, the Wolfort streets. Uh-oh. They better evacuate the people.
Lord Serenoa, thank the heavens you're safe.
It is good to be home.
Castle Wolfort is the most impregnable stronghold in all the kingdom. You will be safe here, Your Highness.
Thank you. I can only hope Father and Sir Maxwell are safe as well.
Uh-oh.
Benedict, there is news.
You got chopped.
What's the matter, Benedict? You look as if you've seen a ghost.
Cause he has.
Your Highness, my lord, pray try to remain calm. His Grace was beheaded at the Crown City not bells ago.
Father. No. Say it is not so.
See what happens when you're a
Roland.
little bitch.
I can only imagine what you're feeling now, Your Highness. But I fear we have not the luxury of grieving. As the last living heir to the throne, there is no doubt that the Archduke will target you next.
Indeed.
Bitch,
We must move
Cordelia's
quickly.
still around.
I would seek
She's
Father's
still
counsel.
cake. What do you call that, the throne? That don't make sense.
About Lord Simon.
What is it? Has something befallen Father?
He passed away too. Double homicide. At least I'm guessing.
Father!
Lord Simon, what is the meaning of this?
He collapsed when he heard the news from the Crown City, and has not opened his eyes since.
You must be mad. The man was stronger than an ox.
We cannot afford to lose Lord Simon. Not now, of all times.
Father. Be strong, Father. This realm still needs you. I still need you, Father.
Dang,
Father.
this game was a complete shit show after only
Serenoa.
5 chapters? 6 chapters?
Is there any chance he will recover?
Like, damn, like, we went from
Our
having
healers are doing
peace
everything they
into
can,
literally, like, 3 chapters later,
none can say.
full-out war. Like, oh my god. What the hell?
Very well.
Do not give up hope, Serenoa. The malady will not take your father easily.
Forgive me, Roland. I can only imagine what you feel now.
I must stay strong. I cannot allow Father's death to be in vain. You too must remain composed. For Lord Simon. And for those who now look to you for guidance in his stead.
I will try.
Pardon me, my lord. I come bearing a message.
From whom?
The scout we had sent in search of Sir Maxwell returned with this.
Sir Maxwell's mask.
He has fallen.
Reports have it that it was found near Whiteholm Bridge.
Honestly, I don't think
Blood.
he's dead. That'd be so anticlimactic.
It cannot be.
Like, for him to die so early. I feel like he's gonna have a return.
This mask was all that was found, you say?
The bridge was all but overflowing with the bodies of the fallen. It was not possible to ascertain all of their identities. And the swift course of the river thwarted any efforts to search further.
I see. Thank you for the report. Get some rest. You have earned it.
Yes, my lord.
Sir Maxwell, you too abandon me now?
At Gustadolf's command, Esfrost musters its forces at Whiteholm Castle and commences a march on the Wolfort domain. Their aim, to seize in their clutches Prince Roland, the unwilling heir to Glenbrook's throne.
Oh my. So it's gonna be defense chapter? I hope it's not like difficult. I hate defense chapters like where you have to last a certain amount of like turns or whatever.
My lord, the Frosty army advances on us as we speak. A missive has arrived from Lord Gustadolf. It says they will stand down on the condition that we surrender Prince Roland to them at once.
We've not much time before they're on our doorstep, my lord.
Word has it that General Avlora herself heads the vanguard.
Gustadolf's not taking any chances. The scheming bastard.
So are we gonna vote on whether or not we should
Summon the
give
War Council at
Roland to
once.
them?
We must take swift action.
Because, oh shit, are we doing the scales? That is gonna be so funny. Oh my god.
You cannot be serious about this.
It's all right, Frederica.
Please continue, Benedict.
Thank you. Once more, I would ask you plainly. Do we or don't we relinquish Prince Roland to Esfrost?
I say we refuse. We owe Sir Maxwell that much.
Precisely. Sir Maxwell entrusted us with keeping His Highness safe, and we accepted.
There's no place in the realm more sheltered by the terrain than this castle. He is safer here than anywhere. And yet, if the Archduke were to march on us with an army as great as the one that took the Crown City, or, heaven forbid, a greater one.
The natural fortifications of this land would work against us. Our shelter would become our jail.
So you propose that we just abandon him? That we sacrifice his life for our own protection?
Better my life than any of yours. This is my battle.
Period.
I would not see the blood of my friends spilt in my name.
Oh my god.
See, Your Highness, that's where you're wrong. House Wolfort's the sword and shield of the crown. You go to battle, we go with you. So it's always been.
Enough! I will leave before I see your domain ravaged by fighting. It is the only way. Surely you see this, yes?
I refuse to believe sacrificing any of us is the correct path.
My lord, we cannot allow war to come to the Wolfort domain. Your highest priority must be to your loyal subjects.
Ooh,
You must
interesting.
decide.
I cannot render a decision here now. There must be some solution. As his vassal, I must fight to protect the prince, but as the lord, I must ensure my people's safety. We cannot hope to win Aspharos, but if we do nothing to stop them, many will lose their lives. These are all neutral positions. I think I'm gonna go with middle. I think it's the most neutral. Because yeah, we should protect the royal family, but we are a lord and we have our own people who live here, including the Roselands. So
As
I'm gonna
his
choose
vassal, I must fight to protect the prince. But as their lord, I must ensure my people's safety.
I am sorry, Serenoa. Pray do what you feel is best for your house. I will find some way of helping my family.
Your mind is made up, then.
As the master of this domain, you and no other must decide how we proceed.
And bitch, the scales. Tip the scales. It's time
I understand
to
that,
tip
Benedict.
the scales.
Prepare the scales of conviction. I would hear everyone's thoughts on the matter.
Oh my god, if Serenoa made it in Smash Bros, his like ultimate quote would be like, it's time to tip the scales, just like Robin's crit quotes. Okay. Is there anybody else? No. Okay. Okay, so this is where I am going to save because it's going to be the path split. So we are going to save into chapter 2 where this path split is cornered. Because this is the chapter 3 or chapter 2. Okay, so we have two choices. So I saved here. So next time when I make the choice, we're gonna go to chapter 3 and save it into that. Because I do want to replay all of this, but with different choices along the way. Oh my god, I'm really curious about all the options we have in this game. This game is like, there's so much already.
I will give the signal when it is time to cast your vote. I ask each of you to weigh the matter carefully till then.
Very well, my lord. To our own councils we go.
This is really hard because low-key I kind of want to play the bad guy or some shit. Their hearts are divided still. A compelling argument must be made, yet change some minds. Alas, I have an incomplete picture of the situation. I would be a poor lord if I did not hear the voice of my people. I should venture into town. Going out, my lord? Yes, I wish to ensure everything in town is in order. Because low-key, it feels wrong to just give up Roland, but at the same time, there's also like right to protect our people. When your work is done, pray speak to me once more, Lord. I will do that, just. Thank you. I shall return to the hall once I've spoken with many people. Perhaps I'll learn something that'll sway some minds. Stave off Aspharos' army and protect Prince Roland. Is those three. Surrender Prince Roland and avoid conflict. And then Anna's undecided. She's a bad bitch. She don't give a shit. Because Anna is like our retainer, I believe, right? She's Serenoa's retainer, so whatever path he takes, she won't give a shit, you know? Or is she Benedict's retainer? I don't fucking know. I think she's ours, though. Oh, should I talk to all of these people? A terror like none other came over me when I saw the state in which you returned, my lord. Okay. Let's see this lady. I prayed we'd never know conflict again after the Salt Iron War, yet here we stand peering into the abyss. Though it was Glenfook and Aspharos launching an attack on Hyzenet all those years ago. The Holy State, reeling from the surprise assault, turned to Lord Simon to help. Back then, Wolfert was still an independent clan and agreed to an alliance. All Norzelia was poor that for the fighting, and nations of people were left depleted. So I have heard. Father told me stories of the secret meetings with King Ragnar that restored peace within the realm. Indeed, it was only those who fought in the Hazener. Okay. It was your father's effort to lead the king to bring your house into the royal family, told as the crown military fought. War is brewing, Sornier. Think carefully upon how you will navigate. I find myself in the fortunate position of having thought peace would be everlasting. I cannot allow the currents to carry me along. I must use them to my advantage and turn the tide of battles to come. My father risked his honor to bring, what do you call it, risked his life to bring honor to the house. I will not be the one to tarnish his legacy. I'm gonna go and try and use the tides to our advantage. Exactly so, 'twas Lord Simon's initiative that made him a hero. That same Wolford blood courses through your veins. I know you will live up to your family's good name. The people of Wolford Domain are on your back. I shall take that to heart, thank you. I want to find all the shinies. Okay. This feels wrong, Loki. What happens if they do a stupid thingy? Like, even if you do surrender, they're gonna betray us and then still launch a war on us, and then Roland is still gonna have to stay with us regardless if we give him up? Yeah, so why is Aspros attacked? I thought the conflict behind us with the mines. Was your magic merely a false? Aspros' betrayal will not stand. They will answer for their actions. I share in your confusion, but Friga knew nothing of this. Pray do not blame her for Aspros' action. The kingdom has no true allies nor true enemies. We shall sue for peace and work to avoid further conflict. I like this one. You may have the right of it. Kingdoms are no less fickle than people within them, and we all have our scrapes and But wouldn't you live next to someone so volatile and so volatile for very long now, would you? Of course not, but meeting such behavior with belligerence can lead only to war. We must not let our passions get the better of us as we assess the situation and chart a new course forward. I understand. I place my faith in you, my lord. Okay, where did we not check? Oh, I see that stall. If you... I got a lucky ring, so we get crit rate from that. Okay, and then we're just learning lots of information. Let's see. So we heard about his sacrifice. That's if we're like, we can't let Roland go away. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Roland. I didn't like, he's not bad, but I don't know. Honestly, he's not a character like, oh my god, I need to have, or like he's like my favorite in any means. My favorite's actually been like Huette or like Frederica or Galia. I like Serenoa, but he's kind of like he's the main character, so you kind of have to like him. But Roland, So honestly, I'm like debating on if we should just give him up. I don't know if we'll lose Huette because of it, so we'll see. We'll see. Then again, Huette doesn't do that much damage, so it's not like we're losing on mage. But she does have a lot of range, but I like her as a character, so. Oh, silver, what does that do? And I think we've talked to everybody and we got all the information we can. Did we talk to the one to his house? Yes, we did. Alright. It's time to decide Roland's fate. I don't see any more shinies. Let's go. Returning to the council chamber, my lord? Yes. Okay, and now I can save, and this is going to be the end of our second file, and we're going to be starting a new file on chapter 3, on save file 3, I should say. Okay.
What do you need?
Roland is more with Aspros as a political pawn than a corpse. They will not kill him once they have him. At least that's how I see it. If we are to do what gives us most hope, then Roland himself has the right of it. A bloodless surrender is our best chance at assuring Roland's survival. I'm like stuck. I don't know who I should persuade or not. Ugh. That's so awkward. Okay, let's see. Huets. Our kingdom needs Prince Roland now more than ever. He is to be protected above all others. Okay.
What do you need?
Oh shit, we already talked to you, Leah. I'm like debating. Like, I don't know if I want to be bad or not. The peace built by forsaking our friends and countrymen in their time of greatest need is no peace at all. I know what I ask is not easy, but I pray we find a bloodless path out of this conflict. Let's see.
Serenoa.
There must be a way to avoid lifting or weighing my life against the others. I trust we can find it. Decide what you will. I follow your judgment as you pass. Oh my god. This game is giving me angina. I don't know who we should go to about. I think we should surrender him, honestly. I don't need Roland like that bad. His mobility's nice, but... Okay, Frederica, let's chat. Do you truly mean to give up Prince Roland? It pains me to do so, but I fear this battle we cannot win, and so it is to be best avoided. Doing so would have us save countless of our lives and only protect our own. I will not see Sir Macwell's sacrifice rendered meaningless. What the fuck does that mean?
Is that so?
Which is all the more reason to protect Prince Roland. I can scarcely believe he would approve of trading his beloved disciple's life for our own. This time, I fear not even your words can save me.
I need a moment to think.
My apologies, but this has only left me more uncertain about what is right. Uh-oh. Damn, it's hard. I don't know how to convince these people. Good thing we saved. Our kingdom needs Prince Roland now more than ever. He is to be protected above older. Surrendering is the honorary. Surrender Glenbrook's future kings to our hated foe. Surely you'll not go along with this. I cannot compel my people to march to their demise for one man, prince or not. That's true. Roland and I agree we must keep peace in the Wolffort domain however we can. Resisting the duchy now would spell the end of us all. We do not know this will be for sure a way they will kill him once he is theirs. Let's do that.
But...
what future does our kingdom have without its prince? Nothing, I would venture. There is no hope in your words, only moonless night from which Glenbrook shall never emerge.
Then...
I ask you again, my lord, do you truly mean to surrender Prince Roland to our oppressors? They will destroy us if we do not. The Lord of a higher has sworn to protect his people no matter the cost. I see no other choice. Oh, that's cool. So you ask us to swallow our pride and surrender Prince in hope of forestalling our own demise. I suppose this is the sort of cold rationalization that beginning Lord of High House demands.
I don't know what to do.
There are no good options. Alas, I must make peace with one of them. So I don't think we persuaded Frederica, but we possibly persuaded Huet. Let's see. I'm curious about what does Benedict have to say.
My lord.
It would be wise to continue the fight, or it would not be wise. If protecting His Highness's life is our first priority, it would be safer to accept their conditions. In other words, you feel Roland is more used to us alive than as a puppet than dead. Precisely. Furthermore, we must consider Princess Cordelia, who is currently in the enemy's clutches alone. Okay. Dang, these choices. Ugh, I feel bad shutting out our friend like that, but I personally don't like Roland that much. We've been loyal to the crown for years, lad. You wonder what they're asking is tremendous, don't you? He's the king's own flesh and blood. We should be protecting him, not offering up on a silver platter. Is this what you call justice, now willingly give up on your prince, your closest friend to that bastard's clutches? I cannot bear to watch the good people of the domain die. I intend to keep our losses to a minimum. This is Roland's will, Eredor. Who am I to defy him?
But...
And you're taking him at his word. You know as well as I do that this ain't what he wants. He feels he's got no other choice than to say that. And clearly so
And
do you.
further.
All I know for certain is Glenbrook will be but a memory to give on Prince Roland. And what do you think will become of House Wolford then? How do you mean to repay the debt we owe Turkey? Bitch, Cordelia is still alive, ho. They haven't killed her yet. The future will be fine. Okay. What debt? The king is dead. T. That's the T. That's 100% true. By protecting his loyal subjects come what may. This has nothing to do with any debt. I make this decision as the Lord of House Wolford, and I take responsibility for its outcome. Okay, I like that. Spoken like a true lord of the house, I not to say no to that. You've grown into a fine young man in the blink of an eye, lad. Do you fear the duchy, Eredor? They may yet destroy the domain as
Consider
you know.
this.
Of course I do, but we have to face them, and there's nowhere to run. But now is not the time, Eredor. Not if we hope to win. I like this one. We have to be smart about our battles. We bide our time for a bit, sit back, and wait for a chance to check. I'm sure Benedict would like the sound of that. And if we really mean to defeat the Duchy, that may be the only way. I appreciate the talk, lad. Helps to know where your head is leading you.
And further.
There's time to go on, see what the others have to say. So the only one we haven't, actually... I was surprised we were able to convince Huette and Eredor. I think we did because they're in deep thought now, but Frederica, we failed. So that's our first time failing. Last up is Anna, our retainer.
Lord Serenoa.
Will you surrender Prince or not? Will you choose House Wolford or the whole kingdom? Just a question of our priorities. What matters most to us? What do you mean? Like, I don't understand the parentheses. This one will not be easily swayed, or I have better luck talking to a stone wall. Like, girl. She's undecided anyway. She don't have a preference. Okay, let's surrender Roland. What troubles you most, my lord? That time grows short. That I may not be able to protect my people from the fires of war I see on the horizon. I guess that.
Certainly.
For there will be no safe haven for our people if Aspharos attacks. Your duty as Lord compels you to protect the people. Thus, the only choice is surrender, Prince Roland. Is that a choice you can live with? Sir Maxwell gave his life to protect the kingdom. Fighting would bring harm to the people and render his sacrifice in vain. Roland is my liege, and as such, I must respect his wishes. Roland will castigate himself for any harm that befalls the people. Sir Maxwell's sacrifice. He entrusted the kingdom to the Princess Roland in the world indeed. I have my doubts as to whether the restoration of the kingdom without its prince would please him. I appreciate your candor. It's time to tip the scales. I think it's more exciting to do like a more villainous role, I guess. Like, we're not really villains, but you know, if we center him, we'll see. It's more of like the gray area, like giving up your
It is time to cast our votes.
Let's see. Oh,
do we surrender Prince Roland, or do we protect him from those who would do him harm? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
It'd be a nice attention to detail if we saw how it tipped more so.
I am so sorry.
I cannot bring myself to see this your way. Forgive me.
I agree.
My vote, if it pleases you. I feel bad for Anna because she really doesn't have like an opinion.
I cannot be swayed.
As long as I draw a bath, they shall never have Prince Roland.
Forgive me, lad.
Forgive me, I've thought long and hard about it, but my mind's made up. Oh shit, we got a tie.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
I'm really curious, did we get a tie? Oh. What is it? Oh my god, literally, we barely just won by just one. So nobody wanted to actually. Wow, that's really cool though. I like how everybody stayed to their own convictions. And Anna was literally the tiebreaker.
The way forward is decided. Surrendering Prince Roland is the only way we can survive.
Uh-oh. Are we gonna lose Huette instead? Or is she gonna keep being part of our party? Uh-oh.
So be it.
Uh-oh.
The decision is made. This is the path we walk.
The
Was
villain
there truly
arc.
no other way?
Roland.
Now I feel bad.
Say no more. Thank you for sheltering me, my friend. The choice you have made is wise and just. Go forward with your heads high.
Now I feel kind of bad though, just a little. They're making me feel bad. A soul upon the scales completed. Oh my goodness. Good thing we have multiple save slots. I feel so wrong for that. Ooh, that feels so awkward.
House Wolfort surrenders their charge, Prince Roland, at Gustadolf's behest, sparing themselves from the Duchy's wrath. House Tellior surrenders their land, also buying their reprieve. Lord Silvio bends the knee, declaring absolute devotion to their Frosty masters.
Uh-oh. So the Frosty territory has expanded.
House Fawkes surrenders nothing. The last of the high houses to remain loyal to their fallen king. News of their countrymen's capitulations shocks Lord Landroy, leaving him with a grave choice to make.
Chapter 7. Wow, we're playing the villain arc. Ooh la la.
I've brought the prince, Your Grace.
Gustadolf, you traitorous bastard! You'll pay for what you've done to my family! Mark my words!
Gah! Easy there, Avlora. We need him alive, after all.
I am sworn to do all in my power to keep you from harm, Your Grace.
The boy is overcome with emotion, and who could blame him? Perhaps this will quell his rage a bit.
Cordelia!
Brother!
Oh, did they not know
Let
she
him
was
go.
not alive? Oh, okay.
Indulge her, Avlora.
Oh, brother! Thank the heavens you're safe. They didn't hurt you, did they?
I'm fine. I thought I'd never see you again.
Oh, so they did think Cordelia was dead.
Let us speak after. Surely the Archduke will afford us that small mercy.
Yes. Later, then.
Prince Roland, you are well aware of the position Glenbrook finds itself in, yes? Your kingdom is ours. House Tellior and House Wolfort have both bent the knee. Among the three high houses, only House Fawkes still proves recalcitrant.
You mean for me to convince Lord Landroy to submit?
Oh, nothing so tedious as that. I want you to order his death. I'm certain House Wolfort would be more than happy to oblige.
You're mad! I won't be a mouthpiece to your cruelty.
I know you've only just come into your responsibility, so allow me to offer a word of advice. A prince's first thought should ever be of his people.
What are you saying?
Landroy will not stand idly by for long. When he acts, and act he will, this land will once again be consumed by the fires of war. It is your duty as prince to quench that fire while it is yet kindling, lest you rule over a kingdom of corpses when all is done. You see that I am right, Your Highness. Give the order.
Oh shit. And we get a character story and paralogs. Okay, well, let's do the paralogs first, and then we'll do the character story. It feels a little wrong, though. Like, I don't really like playing the bad guys in games like these, but I was just so intrigued because I never really choose the bad guy path. I say quotation marks. Like on my first playthrough. What the fuck is that? Ew, what the fuck is that? Ew.
Phallus, enjoying yourself, are you?
Oh my god.
I do wish you'd learn to temper your vices, brother.
Ew.
And I wish you'd learn to live a little, sister. Well then, what is it?
We leave for the Falk's domain at once.
I thought those Wolffort dogs were to do the deed. Why must we go?
You really must use your head more often. The one atop your shoulders, that is.
Ew, what the hell?
When have you ever known a dog to be obedient without some good measure of discipline?
Indeed. Very well then, dear sister. I shall be ready anon.
I did not expect that. What the hell? That is raunchy. I did not expect that for this game. Okay. I feel bad for betraying the Fox, because if we would have defended Roland, I feel like we would have had a lionship.
'Twould seem the rumors were true, my lord. House Wolffort has delivered Prince Roland into Esfrost's clutches. And House Tellior, my lord, they too have... My lord?
My good man, when you look at this painting, what do you feel?
It is our home. As beautiful and verdant in reality as it is depicted by a master's brush.
Indeed. It is a treasure, our land. Its safekeeping entrusted to us by His Majesty King Regna. May his soul rest in peace. An honor without equal. A duty worth fulfilling. At all and any cost. A duty I will not shirk from. Now or ever.
So if you want to keep the land he gifted you, nice. You probably should just surrender. Oh, and we get a character story. Who is this a girl or a guy? I can't tell. Okay, let's go. Let's go get this person.
What is the realm coming to?
Oh my god, we get to recruit the merchants? Or the strategy person? We get to recruit
Hail,
her?
fair maid.
Oh my god.
Well, if it isn't Eridor. Have a seat. You've ample choice.
Who are you and what have you done with the barkeep? The one I know ain't prone to melancholy.
She is when word of a fellow barkeep's misfortunes reaches her. It's all in this letter. People are taken to plunder and to survive this war, and my friend's tavern was destroyed beyond repair.
Here's hoping your fine establishment escapes unscathed.
I can't bear to think of what I'd do without this place.
My heart goes out to you.
Oh my god, that's
As
so
if times
cool.
weren't hard enough with customers.
I thought these were just NPCs. That's cool.
I can't think straight for worrying so much. Well, you're a soldier, aren't you? Can't you just go out there and crush your enemies so we can be done with all this?
If only it were so easy. What I wouldn't give to wield a flagon every day instead of a blade.
Never took you for the type to make excuses, Eridor.
Eridor is doing everything he can. The realm suffers because of my failings.
Forgive me, Lord Wolfort. It was hardly my intention to blame you. What with things being as they are, I haven't been myself these days. But enough of this. All the moping in the world won't change a thing. It's time for action. My lord, as you can see, I'll have no choice but to shutter my tavern if the war doesn't end. And soon. So let me join you. I think you'll find that pouring ale isn't the only trick I have up my sleeve.
I like her.
But where are my manners? Hasabara's the name, my lord. At your service.
I like her.
A barkeep I may be, but good drink isn't the only way I know how to heal what ails people.
Oh, she's a healer too.
I can vouch for that, my lord. Hasabara is good to have around in a pinch.
And I see no reason to refuse. You are most welcome among us.
Ha! Heartening to see you're the decisive type. I won't let you down.
And you've made a good decision as well. Couldn't have picked a better lord to serve, I tell you.
Aye. I gathered that the way you're always singing his praises.
Oh my god, I'm excited. I like, oh, she's a healer, a horseback. She's a troubadour. Oh my god. Heals allies within range, heals herself and her ally when performing a follow-up attack. What? Okay, that is so cool. I'm so happy. I like her already. Okay. I'm excited for her. Like, I can't wait to try her out. Let me see. Dang, it's just been a whole story episode today. But I guess that's what happens when you make certain choices. Let's see what the new issue is in House Wolfort. Frederica's gonna divorce us, Huette's depressed, and Eridor
What?
feels
Invade
weird.
the Folk's domain?
Such was the edict delivered to us by the Esfrosti messenger.
Ludicrous. They would have the high houses turn on one another? We should be treating with house faults, not stabbing them in the back.
Doubtless the Archduke has little regard for honor between houses. He views the Falk's land as a fruit ripe for plucking.
One which they would pluck for themselves. Or have us pluck for them, rather.
The decree was signed in Prince Roland's own hand.
Lies! His hand was forced.
Indeed, by my brother. And if we disobey, the Archduke would have good reason to make an example of us.
Gustadolf wins either way. We're trapped.
And yet, no trap is infallible, my lord. There must be a way to avoid the civil war the Archduke is intent on causing.
Aye, and I reckon Lord Landroy's of the same mind. He's the last man who wants to see countrymen slaughtering each other.
Agreed, but we must tread carefully.
If indeed it is the land itself that Gustadolf desires, perhaps an exchange can be arranged.
An exchange of what? Territory?
Just so. House Tellior negotiated similar terms. Far from ideal, to be certain, but preferable to the alternative.
Okay, yeah.
Whether Lord Landroy will be amenable to such terms, however, is another matter entirely.
Still, it is our best chance. Let us treat with Lord Landroy. In the meantime, Esfrost must believe that we are playing along. Advance our forces to the Folk's domain.
Yes, my lord.
I feel like that's gonna go wrong, and they're really gonna start attacking us, and there's just gonna be a misunderstanding.
What news from House Wolfort, my lord?
The Archduke has ordered them to march on our domain in Prince Roland's name. A clever ploy, if true. No matter the outcome, Esfrost profits. However, House Wolford claims to have no intention of blindly following these orders. They seek to parley, that we might together find a way to prevent the fall of the three high houses.
How will you respond, my lord?
How indeed. The Wolfords handed over His Highness to save their own hides, hardly an act that warrants our trust. That said, their desire to avoid bloodshed is no doubt sincere, if only to bide time to lick their wounds. And somehow, I suspect there may be more to this stratagem of theirs.
My lord, then you...
I shall grant them audience. Pen the reply.
At once, my lord.
Prince Roland has passed his decree. The complete decimation of House Fawkes is the order of the day. A chilling command, which would see one of Glenbrook's 3 high houses reduced to bloody rubble. Though penned in the prince's hand, the order was not his own. Forcing his hand was Archduke Gustadolf, a specter over his shoulders until the ink had dried. House Wolford is given the command to uproot their erstwhile countrymen, and with heavy hearts, they march. However, the young Serenoa bears hope. Hope that bloodshed can be stopped. Hope that Lord Landroy can be convinced to see reason. Hope that the day is not far off when the realm will know peace again.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go see the side story of the Citadel.
Oh, the Wolfords have been ordered to bring down House Fawkes, you say?
It would appear so. They entreat us for arms and provisions for the battle ahead.
A request we will deny, of course. I leave it to you to concoct a convincing reason.
Consider it done.
I do believe this little conflict between countrymen will play to our benefit. No doubt Landroy will spare no effort as he makes his last stand. Our day draws near, Booker, and we must make every preparation for its arrival.
And so it shall be.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, let's do this last one just so we can get the story, and then I think we're gonna be starting the battle soon, right?
The Falklands truly are the jewel of Glenbrook.
Aye. I don't see Landroy giving them up easily, even if it comes to war.
And that is why we will not simply give them up. We shall negotiate such that benefits may be reaped by all parties. Lord Landroy first among them. He is a reasonable man, yes?
That he is, my lord. But we cannot hope to make him see reason if we cannot speak to him face to face.
Should negotiations fail, we will find ourselves fighting on their terms. I must have a strategy ready. Behold the lifts over there, my lord. Typically, they are employed by those who work the land, yet I believe they might also serve us in battle. Okay. Should it come to that, we should not hesitate to take advantage of that terrain. It might behoove us to survey the land before Lord Landroy arrives. That is cool. So before we continue, we're gonna end this episode here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button. Bye everybody.